Loud hiss. Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on the show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or its affiliate and supported ministries and or nonprofits. Some of this content may be adult in nature, so please use discretion while watching with your chillins. That's children, for those of you.
And here we are.
Good morning. Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay, with your hosts, Matt and Jay. I don't know. It's a little Price is Right there for you.
That was, and I like the way you do it.
Today we're talking about determining your value. We've been trying to touch on this subject for the last 3 days.
We have an article.
We have an article.
We're going to try to stay focused on that.
It's nothing short of a miracle.
I'm going to like and share these videos because that's helpful to our cause.
Do it, okay? Do it.
And if you could please like and share these videos too.
Was before and I see for the first time. What am I hearing? I'm hearing.
There's a hiss. I didn't restart the board.
I'm close up. I'm close up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Drive. Thank you for being here. We love you, and we know that you are the reason we do this. Well,
is the hiss there still?
it is not the reason we do it, but
I know why.
the reason we do it is because, well, we feel the Lord has laid this path before us.
Yes, indeed. What's our value? I know what's wrong.
There's many different ways, I think, that value and self-worth apply, you know what I mean, to your life. Don't you think?
Yes.
I don't know what this article is. I actually didn't read it.
Well, you know, we should write our own articles. How's that?
We probably should.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's way better. The volume on the headphones were just really high, and we were hearing the fan on the computer. All right. Determining your true value. Sorry, I'm just kind of interested to see what's going on. Here, we'll just put this. We need to put up little green screens right here. You know what I mean? Like on here so we can put whatever drinks we have back there.
Oh, right. Yeah, behind them.
Yeah. So let's see what that does. Oh, that's funny.
What do we got with us so far?
All right.
Welcome, everybody.
We're glad. I'm sharing right now as we speak.
I'm turning off
The
my
title
volume.
says Front Porch Convo accepts viewer calls.
It
Well,
does.
I mean, I guess we can if you're interested in.
Does it give the link?
Well, you know, no.
Okay. If you'd like to be a video guest, you could actually, we could send you a link to your email right now and then bring you in, right? And you'd be right up here somewhere as if you were right here in the studio. Wouldn't it?
Yes.
Well, look at that. Well, that's messing up all my stuff.
Oh, no. That's not, sorry. I said it.
Well, look at that. Are you seeing the? Yeah, it did. It's perfectly good.
Nice.
Yep. Well done, brother.
That's how I do it. That's
Yeah.
how we roll. We had it set up for a video that was recording yesterday. And
All right, so I'm there on the thing. I'm bringing up the article, How to Understand Your True Value and Never Sell Yourself Short Again. That's interesting.
yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No.
We were going to talk about another show, though.
Oh, no.
So I didn't want to get
No.
into that.
No. I was just saying there was a recording and it will be on all of our platforms soon.
Yes.
And it's Dr. Paul and I don't want to say prophecy per se, but I guess we can. It's Dr. Paul's Feelings of the Future. So anyways, that works out great. Like, and what really stemmed this, you know, we were talking about each other's value the other day.
Yeah.
And I inadvertently had taken some credit for something that you figured out. And
yeah.
And I, you know, and I didn't mean it that way. I don't feel like I would have ever like intentionally taken it. So like,
That may have been the straw,
yeah,
not really the
The-
weight.
like when we've talked about someone stepping on your toe every hour, and then by the end of the
Right.
day, the last person that steps on your toe,
Yeah.
you go off on 'em. Well, I mean, and you know, I'm glad it was brought to my attention. So I'm careful about what I word, because you know, as we talk to people around other people, don't accidentally devalue somebody. You know what I mean? So
I've got my alarms set.
do you?
Yeah, I reset them.
We're trying to be professionals. All right, so I'm sharing this
But
because
I made the mistake of not. I snoozed it instead of. I dismissed it instead of snoozing it. Which
That-
I've got it set up to go every 10 minutes forever.
So- oh, you mean just during this time?
Right. Well, yeah.
Morning, Steve Schultz.
No, I have to shut it off every day.
No, I'm just
after
saying.
the last show.
I'm just saying every day at this time, not like every 10 minutes of every day.
I did not open the commercials, so I have. Oh, I've got the time.
Yeah, just well, I mean, you know, it's already on that
Okay.
list. There you go. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to show you the easiest way to do this. So be sure and like and share these videos.
I love this, man. Matt, I really admire you for getting to understand. I would have never figured this out, and for you to figure it out and then teach it to me is a blessing, and it does add value to me because I am able to do something that I would not have been able to do on my own. And we should be able to increase each other in value. You know, we should be able to teach each other and lift each other up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a value that's one of the ways we can value each other is by lifting each other up and teaching each other, developing each other's skills, seeing each other's shortcomings, adding to them with our own strengths.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And not in a way that we have to depend on one another, but in a way that when we are apart, because we've contributed to each other and exchanged our own skills and values and talents, we can walk away from one another with having added to each other's value.
Yeah.
When we're apart.
And when we wash each other's feet, you know what I mean? Like whenever, that's the best way. I mean,
yeah.
What's better than encouraging somebody that you love and care about, and helping them to feel in their eyes and in their mind their own self value? You know,
Yeah.
Try to, and that's called uplifting and encouraging people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Building each other up.
Yeah.
When you build something, when you walk away from it, it's still built, right?
Yeah.
So when we encourage and edify each other and build each other and teach each other and exchange our talents and skills, we are building something that when we walk away, it still stands firm. Right?
Yes.
So when we do that and contribute to each other, we need to do it in love. And so that when that person, when we're apart from that person, they have that. Like, for instance, I'm not a great singer, right? But when we have band practice, I walk around the rest of the day singing, my favorite choruses and lines and verses. You know what I mean? And they stick in my head, and they're a gift.
Yeah.
And a talent that's been shared with me that I can carry with me, and that I am better for it.
It's let me see here. Sorry. So I'm gonna start commenting in the comment section.
Yeah, because we have people.
It's if we have, like, I think there's 3 of us watching right now. But the more comments you get, the more visibility you have. So how to understand your true value and never sell yourself short. This is an article from mission.org. And the opening picture is an illustration by Oliver Kemp Illustration. And it's obviously an office worker.
Oh, and we are ready for that commercial, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, we'll be right back. Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll be right back.
I feel so sluggish. Who knows what to do?
Oh my goodness,
Zero.
that's great. That is
Good
great.
morning, everybody.
Um,
We are back.
so this person talks about and tells this story here. I had a situation where I had to put a price on what I'm worth. The other party in the deal didn't see my value. In fact, they saw me as being worth no more than half what I saw. So all of you reading this had a similar experiences. You've had to communicate your value to the other side's view has been different. In this short blog post, he says he wants to learn how to understand your true value so you'll never sell yourself short again. Your dreams are too valuable to give them away for free, like peanuts at a bar and on a bar at a pub. How true. Here's how to understand your true value. Believe in yourself above all else. Or believe in God above all else, I would say. You can't put a value on yourself unless you believe in yourself first. Now, this means that you have to believe the following. You can achieve results. You can execute, meaning you can initiate things, you're passionate about what you're doing, and you do have goals, and you can do something special or even impossible.
Oh, yeah.
In this recent situation where he had to put a value on himself, he led a negotiation with the realization that he's going to change the world through entrepreneurship and personal development. He says, I believe in myself. Maybe nobody else did. When maybe nobody else did. Your value is directly linked to your belief.
Yeah.
Now, your potential is what holds your value. If you treat yourself like garbage, you'll never appreciate your potential. It's in your potential that your true value lies. You can't figure out what you're worth unless you know what you're capable of doing. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there are people out there that could be amazing evangelists, but they don't believe in themselves.
Yeah.
Or
aren't even aware that they have that gift.
The enemy will try to take your belief in yourself away.
Yeah.
So
and that's why we should edify one another and build one another up.
Yep.
See each other's gifts and equip them better to use those gifts.
Hold on, I'm typing a message to Steve.
We don't have anybody joining this morning. I wonder what's going on.
No. Well, we had that meeting yesterday. We know why. No. And you don't. Well, whenever you mention certain words and do certain things. We didn't,
though.
Huh?
We didn't.
Not today. No, but they have to reset it, and it'll be reset Monday. So negotiations, we call that. So
that's disappointing.
Your potential is intangible, and a lot of it comes down to your mindset. I about read that word in the wrong way. If your mindset is sharp and you're disciplined, then you will do amazing things and most likely exceed your potential. So it's not where you are right now, but where you are heading that determines your value. Now we can think about that's actual like value, like self-value. But think about the value that you have from the Father.
Yeah.
He sees us for our potential. He sees us for who we are in the heart, not for who we are at this moment in time.
Yeah.
He sees us for who we're going to be.
Yeah. Well, faith in the gospel got passed down to us through faithful people whose lives demonstrated the work of God in the world and his love for humanity. And it's overcome great obstacles and tragedies and war and hate. And right now, look at the overwhelming media drive to eliminate godly things. And it doesn't seem, though, I should be careful about that because to me, I think we've been censored much less than what I'm expecting us to be. So there's something we're doing right. And I know that we do this in love.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know that we do it well, though we don't have massive followings like I would hope we would.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we've been censored as much as people are letting on that they will. And so if we are different in some way, I'd hope that it's in love, that we encourage, that we build up, we lift up, we don't condemn, and we don't just focusing on all the negative things that separate us. You know, I think that those are good things, and I'm grateful to God that He's kept us on the right, I think, the right path. Really,
Absolutely.
He's given us a good direction. He's used us. He values us enough to use us well. You know,
Yeah.
to that we inadvertently,
Right.
with no power of our own or knowledge of our own, being transformed by the Word and through the Spirit,
Yeah.
have been changed and used in the world in a mighty way that honors Him. And I'm grateful for that. It's like being polished, you know.
Yeah.
Your tarnish is
Starts-
removed by Him, not by yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was reading the book of Acts,
Yeah. Good stuff.
and the verse of the day.
Yeah.
In Bible Gateway.
Mm-hmm.
But none of these things move me, nor do I count my life dear to myself.
Hmm.
It's funny. So that I may finish my race with joy and the ministry which I received from the Lord Jesus to testify to the gospel of the grace of the Father.
Yeah. But He was valued enough to be supported by the church too.
Yeah.
He was supported and He lived.
Oh, yeah. The Apostle Paul. Yeah.
He was tended to by many.
Yeah.
Yeah. as
Even
an
while he
effective
was in
minister of the gospel.
prison.
Yeah. They constantly sent envoys back and forth to him,
Yeah.
sent people to stay with him.
Yeah. Yeah. And
He
Yeah,
was
it's-
valued highly by the church.
morning,
And it
Dennis.
was God who
Everton.
intervened and knocked him off his donkey, right, on the road, blinded him so that he could see. And he did see.
He did. And like he had to go in faith though
Yeah.
to find somebody.
Well, Jesus said, I am the one you've been looking for. You believe in this word of God, and here I am, the one that it tells about.
Yeah.
And I am Him. Why are you persecuting me and my people? And He knew that
Go
it
ahead.
was the way, the truth.
in the life.
Yes.
But it took him a second because he was zealous for
He was
God.
zealous. Yeah.
He was zealous, and he was destroying Christians.
Yeah.
Destroying them, whole families. And he felt like he was doing right thing.
Yeah.
For
But he
the
said-
Lord.
Yeah. Because he thought that this was not the real Messiah, that it was an antichrist.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
and so he was wanting to stamp that out so people's focus could be on the Lord.
And he said, I mean, you read further in the book of Acts, and he's actually giving his testimony to people.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit different than, the story that Luke puts forth in the book of Acts. And he's like, man, I was a horrible person,
Hmm.
I mean, he wasn't a horrible person. He was just misguided,
Well, he was horrible. He was blind.
Yeah. And then the glory of Jesus was so bright and profound that it blinded him.
Yeah.
And that's what he talks about. He doesn't talk about he saw a great light and then became blind. He talks about the light being Jesus and his glory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm saying you know what I mean a lot today. You know what I mean? But if God didn't see him for what he was doing, he saw him for his true value.
Yeah.
Which was bringing the gospel to all nations.
He intervened. The Lord intervened.
Could
Because
you
I
imagine?
think somehow Paul's knowledge of the word, absent of the New Testament, seeking the true Messiah and not feeling that Jesus was, but he felt that his grasp was so great on this word that he would, instead of teaching it and guiding people the right way, he was trying to kill off and stamp out and imprison those that might be gaining popularity over him.
Yeah.
And I think he might have been at that convergence where he would have gone the wrong way. He would have been the Pharisee, you know what I mean? And rejected Christ.
Yeah.
But instead, Christ intervened at a point where he was going to go off the rails the wrong way and become something other than what he wanted to be even.
So it's time for another break, real
it is.
quick.
So did we miss it? Yeah.
That's all right. We'll get better at that.
Billings, Montana.
And we're
And
back.
welcome back to the party. Sorry, pardon me. So we
Good
were talking
morning,
about
Larry.
determining your self-value. Moving on
Good
with
morning,
this, okay?
Cheryl.
Cheryle's on here?
Yeah, sorry I missed the Connect group last week. It passed by me, and I didn't even realize that I was doing something. I don't remember what.
Well, I'm sure she forgives. Now today, oh yeah,
And I feel
Cheryl,
like I missed it. It was a good thing.
I
to
think
do.
we're gonna wait till
It's a
about
good thing.
4 o'clock to practice today, because I'm going to the dentist this morning,
Oh,
and Barney was impersonating what I would sound like with a numb face trying to sing, and it was very, very funny.
does Barney know that?
Yeah,
4
he was
o'clock?
the one that said maybe we ought to make it till 4.
Okay.
Because can you imagine? That's something that would be visually hilarious. Watching me with a numb half of my face, because you know how I was talking before.
I think it will be. It would be fun.
She says 4 o'clock sounds good. See, I love having a band meeting right here.
Yeah.
Cheryl is part of our band, and it's great. Communicating. Okay, so it's not where you are right now, but where you were heading that determines your value. See, in that instance with Paul, God saw him for his value to the kingdom and to him. Not just his value to that, but he loves him. He loved him. He loves us. Communicating this effectively is how you make everyone see what you're worth.
Good morning.
Ignoring your potential will significantly reduce your value and result in you being undervalued, which will eventually lead you to be very angry. It's worded differently there. Frustrated and feeling sorry for yourself. Another thing is not
I
seeing
have that. I feel that.
Yeah, not seeing your value is like spitting in your own face.
Well, I don't think I don't see my own value.
Sorry, I was just listening to that sound. It sounded,
Yeah.
but no, that's what that was the next words on the article. I wasn't actually saying that.
Yeah.
But I see that. I said most of you feel. Most of what you feel comes down to how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself badly, then people will copy your behavior and do the same thing. That's interesting. He said 404, Matt Be Better, Matt Pearson, and Jason Cobb have a hard time starting on time.
Okay, Administrator Dennis. He's actually one of our what he's a board member.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
him
holding
and I
us
are both-
accountable.
We're both board members, him and
Yep.
I. It's
We appreciate you, Dennis. Thank
yes,
you.
you have valued us, and not just for what you do, but for your little quips and your fun. You're a pretty funny guy, and also you love people.
Yeah.
So most of the time,
And
when
he's stepped up.
yeah.
He's really helped us a lot.
Good morning, Laura Alford. Man, long time no see. We're just talking about determining self-value today. Oh yeah, I see. I see what the silliness of that last comment Dennis made.
I don't know what I am.
No. 404 Matt, or it says
He's right about that.
404 Matt would be. I think he meant would be better. Matt Pearson and Jason Cobb have a hard time starting on time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, we're getting better at that, and we're actively trying not to be. And a lot of times it's because of you, Dennis. So
Yeah, it's your fault.
it's all your fault. Oh man, that's funny. So Laura, it's good to see you. And Cheryl Summit, thank you for being on here with us. Be sure and like and share these videos if you can. Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, I'm talking too much.
Nope.
right now. We have a like and share campaign coming up where you will have a chance to win $100 every week.
Yep.
By sharing these videos.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little bit more about that at the end of next week, middle to the end of next week, and
It's a great thing. It's going to be great. I love
Yes.
it. I love the idea, and I'm thankful for that lady. What was her name?
Dawn Blackard.
Dawn
She has a
Blackard,
show with
thank
Lynn
you.
Morris on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock called Changing Times.
And all these things will be added to you. I know that's probably out of context, but what an amazing thing to see people coming in with talents and skills and ways to continue to build what we've done here, and to be included as part of the team, as though it's personal to them and valuable to them. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
I mean, that really is exciting to me and a relief. There's a burden that comes with this stuff, that you take on, and to see more people taking on a burden and using their talents and skills and giving of their own personal value to this to make this more valuable. Don't you think that's true?
Yes. Yeah. Good morning, Sean Oberg. I guess is Dennis is saying hi to them, and I didn't see them come on. But so hello, welcome to the party. We're talking about. I love the ADHD and the goofiness coming up. Yeah, we got 1 minute before we.
Yeah, I was
take
just pointing out that I had it on deck. See?
Yes, it's hard to. It's hard. I wish there was a way.
I'm just trying to say I'm prepared.
You are prepared, and we can make it to where you guys all see all what we're doing. Like you could,
Yeah.
okay, so you could go to that computer there
and bring it up
and bring that computer up and where they could actually see, so we could act.
I had that this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I didn't know how. I don't know how I did it, but I know I saw it, and I'm like, wait a minute. If that's the broadcast, that's what they're seeing.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
So Larry Melton says, "How do I get on board? On a board, I think." And
We've got a stack of them behind the shed now at the church. If you'd like to get on a board, you can just go back there, climb right up.
he says,
It's stable. It's
Dennis says, "Nails, Larry Melton," and then
Yeah.
Larry Melton says, "Nail it down."
nail it down.
And then Larry Melton says, "You nailed it, Dennis." Oh, man. And Dennis says, "Now, stick around, Larry." Duct tape, Larry says. That's how you can get on a board. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Where do I find the best signs for the best price?
I know where.
Now we're back.
And we're back. We're glad that you guys stuck around through that really, really long, commercial time.
That that interruption.
20 seconds. ADHD, automatic direction, happy device.
We've got
device.
good things coming up too. What a great thing.
Yeah.
And people doing it because they think this is worthwhile. And now I'm so grateful that people are feeling that way. That's just, it blows me away.
Yeah.
Now, I think a lot of this came up, and I don't want to miss the opportunity. I want to be transparent. I don't want to talk over you or take up the
No,
rest of
hey.
the time of the show. But
Yeah.
I think, so I've been going through a midlife crisis, the realization of who I am and my personal value, and like you said, what triggered that, the straw was that you had said, I figured something out, and you were telling somebody that, and I had figured it out. I didn't know how to actually make it work through the software. So it was really a combination of
So
our
we figured
gifts
it
and
out
talents.
together.
Well, I figured it out, and then you did it. You made it work. Like, because I don't know how to operate this stuff and set it up. But I knew it had to be done that way. Or I knew we had to see if doing it that way would do it. And you didn't understand what I was trying to say about this. And so we had a little bit of a struggle to get that to work, to get you to understand the way I was trying to set it up. But then I couldn't actually set it up.
Yeah.
And so then we had to have that conflict and resolve it. And then, so you needed me to figure it out. And then I needed you to do it
Right.
because I didn't know how to do it, but I knew it had to be done that way because there was some sort of
It was to get rid of the echo.
it was a multiple loop.
I
There
knew
was several-
something had to be done.
Yeah.
I just didn't. We both lost sleep over this.
Yeah, we did a lot. And I thought about it for months. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
About a month, I think.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time. But anyways, what kind of happened was that really hurt my feelings, and I felt like I was being devalued, like that I was worthless. And there's a lot of things that contributed to that, and it was like a straw. When I was 25 years old, I was ambitious. I was doing well for an uneducated, skilled laborer. Had my first house, was remodeling that. I had a pretty high status. I had the most beautiful wife. Started a family, and I had a high status among men of my same, group. I was a hardworking young man, 25 years old, building a family, a house, and then I hurt my back. Well, that made a lot of my plans and my value come kind of crumbling down.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell young people to build that foundation of education, because it just gives them the credentials to go and start when they do find an interest with that's marketable. But I didn't do that. I broke my back over time with alcohol and my own personal issues. I destroyed my family. So my personal value, my self-worth was very low. My esteem was very low. That created a lot of jealousy because I felt like anybody better than me could come along without the ability to do all that physical work and to really make progress and support a family. I was crushed and had no real way out and didn't see one. I learned to read while I was stuck in bed. The second time I had a devastating, long-term back injury. So now I'm sitting here at 52 years old on disability, and I'm lonely for a wife, and I'm not, I'm not saying I want to be fixed up or anything like that. But when you look at your own value and you see and you understand, well, not my own, I realize my own value, but when you're lonely for a wife, you got to think of it from a prospective wife's point of view.
Yeah.
When she sees a man on disability, she sees a burden, which doesn't make me a good prospect on the market for a wife,
Yeah.
And so, and as an uneducated man with very limited physical ability and needing a very diverse type of, physical job in order to even get through a 5-hour day, that lowers my perspective value to others, not to myself.
Right.
I know my value to God, and I know my goals, and I'm working towards them and succeeding. Don't really need to be recognized for it, except that when I look at myself as a value to other people, so that maybe I can increase my value and status to find a wife, there's not a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
To display that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not recognized in that way that would make me a good prospect for a wife, which I long for. And I'm not going to be candid about it. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people feel that way and feel like they're in the same position. Now, someone of status who is high status to women or have a wife don't really understand that. You know what I mean? They don't see it that way because they don't understand it. They just kind of pass over it. So that's a position that I'm in. And so that comment was the straw that an overwhelming past.
Yeah.
And seeing that I'm in midlife, that I've got to do something for the end of my life, not wanting to spend it alone, it put me in a depressive state.
Yeah.
And even maybe a little bit angry and resentful, which none of those things are good. None of those things are good.
Right.
But I also do need to find a way and find an opportunity to increase my status, which is a low possibility. Like, what am I going to do? What kind of wealth am I going to build? Or what kind of a nest egg am I going to build that's going to open up an opportunity where I can afford to do business that would support myself and a wife? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's depressing, and I would say hopeless was the feeling.
Yeah.
Hopeless. What hope do I have of achieving anything that's going to make me a good prospect to a wife? There's none. Where am I going to get it? What am I going to build it with? So that was the feeling that I had that led me to this topic, that led us to this topic, and we had an overwhelming conversation outside that we picked this topic based on that. So
Yeah.
I know a lot of people feel that way. I'm sorry, I'm not listening to the comments, and I hope that that's not
Uh,
too personal and depressing. But I do have a high value to God, and I have a plan, and I am working on it, and it's part of a group which is growing, which is amazing. You know,
Yeah.
that scripture you read, Paul was encouraging them with many words. You know, and that's a good thing to do in a
we talked about
setting
that
like
this morning
this.
too. Yeah, because we get to fellowship with each other and with you guys every
Mhm.
morning, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
What a blessing.
And to apply our value to each other to make something that is combined in its value.
And to
This-
increase each
thi-
other's value.
Yeah, this has come to its state now because many people came and contributed of their own selves to make it more valuable, which is amazing to me and an honor and a pleasure. And I don't want the overwhelming feeling of my midlife crisis to to devalue that.
Right.
And I
Right.
think I was at risk of doing that and have been. I'm not really sure how to get out of it or turn that around though.
Well, I mean, there's
I know that I'm valuable to God, and I see God using me, and it's amazing because He's used me outside of any talent or gift that I have in ways that I would never voluntarily go in,
I know.
except
you don't even
under-
like electric. You don't even like sound,
no,
doing sound.
but I'm honored and pleased to do it in God's name and in service to Him, because He saved me and He changed me and He made my life new and gave me abundant life in many, many, many ways that I value and am thankful for.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to come across as thankful. Did we start late?
1 minute.
1
late.
minute. So I don't want to go over that, and I don't want to waste all
And we
of the
got
time we
videos.
have.
I'm not sure if Susan Abar is going to be here or not, but I know Dana will not be.
I'm being open because I think that everybody has something going
yeah.
on in their life that might relate, though the details may be different. I think maybe the underlying feelings are the same, and I want to be more grateful.
We
If
love
you
you too,
know
Jackie.
me and you're part of my life, please, you can really make a difference just by, like Paul said, he encouraged them with many words, and I appreciate that.
Let's close this with the scripture
Yeah,
that
let's
Cheryl
do that.
posted. First of all, Jackie Melton says, "Love you, Matt and Jason. We love you too, Jackie,
Yeah, thank you.
and Larry and everybody. We love you all." Buy a fancy car, Dennis Everson says.
Yeah, somebody said I need to get a better car, and I was like, well, you have to pay for it. And what image?
All
Said,
right.
you got to improve your image, get a better car.
Philippians 4:11 through 13. I'm not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. No, I know what it is to be in need, and I know what that is to have what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength.
Amen.
Good job. Thank you, Cheryl. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the morning drive today, and we'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for whatever program we have. So if there's nobody here, then we'll run some classic episodes. I might play the sandwich contest again, just because I
We're
think
building up to a new one.
Yes. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
and this has been
The
The
Morning
Morning
Drive.
Drive.